there will be no possibility that you will be financially free if you're renting out 90% of your daytime. It's suitable for someone that kind of blindly believe in themselves and believe in the future. It's a battle against yourself, against your own laziness, against your own humanity. Hello everyone, I'm Sherry. Today I'd like to share with you something that I learned through this entrepreneurship. Yes, it's almost 1 year that my husband and I have started our own business, our own company. At this time, I want to share with you something that I learned along the way. So the first thing, the most important thing is courage. We all know that, or it has become kind of consensus that if you want to earn money, if you want to earn big money in the long run, if you want to be financially free, you need to start your own business. You need to work for yourself at least. Because if you're working for someone else, you always run out your time. And during this time, you're not free to go, right? Unless you are a salesperson. You have to be in that place, you have to stay in that working place for about 8 hours, sometimes more than that, right? And we all know that during the wake hours, about 90% of our time is spent in the company that we work for. So there will be no possibility that you will be financially free if you're renting out 90% of your daytime. I know some people will say, okay, I will start from part-time job. Yes, you can. You can try your hand on weekends, but you will be super tired. You'll be tired out because weekends is when you have your rest back. It's when you have some leisure time. But if you also work on weekends, that means you're working every day, and most of the people cannot persist in doing that. I've done that. I used to be a part-time dancing teacher while I'm an English teacher. So I've done that. But I think I won't make it far if I'm still working for others. So that's why I decided to quit my previous job. And the idea of being independent, of working for myself actually freaked me out at first. I didn't dare to say these words to my boss because she just agreed to give me a pay rise. So I was terrified by the idea. However, it has to be done. I had to quit my job if I want to work for myself. I have to say the sentence, boss, I want to quit my job. You know, it's not easy for most people when I tell them, okay, if you don't like your job, then quit. These people usually freak out too. They will think, oh, I'll be dead if I don't have the next month's salary. How can I live without others paying me every month? The truth is, you won't die. But most people will not believe that because, you know, most of us have been so wired, have been educated for a long time that we need to work for somebody. We need to work for a big company. We need to work for a big government sector so that every month we will have the pay, we'll have the salary to sustain us. So a lot of people will not accept the fact that they can live by themselves. They can work for themselves. They can make money from here or there to sustain their life. Actually, if you really want to live, if you want to survive, it doesn't cost that much. So it's easy for you to have a buffer money, like you can save 3 to 6 living expense for yourself. Then you can quit your job and start your entrepreneurship. It's that easy. But it's not easy if you are afraid, if you rely on monthly payment, on monthly salary so much. And of course, this idea is not accepted by my family, my parents, my grandparents. They all work for, they are all part of the government sector. So they wouldn't understand that we can live without a job. So I think that's the hurdle for most people. And that was the hurdle for me as well when I first started it. And it's not my first time to be independent. It's my second time actually. So I can foresee possible challenges ahead. Yes, I said challenges because sometimes the blessing, like a lot of time, can be a curse. And I talk about that in one of my speeches. When you have a lot of time to yourself, it can be a curse. That means if you don't have a schedule for yourself, your life will be scattered, your life will be a mess. So you need to have a goal, you need to have a plan for your life. And it's a battle against yourself, against your own laziness, against your own humanity. So it's like the true test for yourself. It's a battle between you and yourself, and it's also a battle between you and the society. You need to understand what others need. You need to promote yourself. You need to do marketing for yourself. So it can be called a battle. It can also be a fun, exploring experience. So for myself, I have tried all kinds of ways to promote myself online. I post videos every day on different platforms. Sometimes I talk about teaching, sometimes I shared my personal life, sometimes I even carry out a little act, a little comedy between me and my husband. So I did a lot of experiments, and you will never know until you try, right? So in TikTok, I had already some videos that hit 100,000 views. And in WeChat, I also had videos that hit 40 or 50,000 views. So that is not something that I planned. I would never know which one video would go viral. I would never know how they would affect me. And they do affect me. Not only do I get a lot of fans, I get a lot of clients as well. You get more partners, I get more friends. So you just need to take that leap of letting go of the job that you no longer have passion in, or you don't feel freedom in, and you need to take a leap every day to test, to try which form will be popular, which action will take you to the next stage. So I'd say entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It's for someone that is brave enough to live on their own. It's suitable for someone that kind of blindly believe in themselves and believe in the future. That sometime in the future that you will be rewarded for your effort. You never know. So you need that blind faith in yourself. And third is a constant communication between you and the society. So you need never shut yourself down, but you need to go out, you need to talk to people, you need to do something outside, to try all kinds of things, to learn, to explore, to experiment. So it's for somebody that is adventurous, for somebody that likes to explore new things, to always try something new. Or for someone who likes to communicate, who likes to exchange ideas with others.